Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Kathy J Show. Yay! Thank you so much for spending this half hour with me. You know what? I say it every day, but it means so much to me because I love hanging out with you, so it's nice that you love hanging out with me. I love it. Remember, you can catch up on anything that you might have missed at kathyjshow.com. All right, everybody. We made it through. We're almost there. Today is the second to last day of 2021. Woo, it's been a year, I tell ya. But you know what? So was the year before that, right? But you know what? 2020 was the one that made all of us want to drink. 2020 made history, okay? But then what happens after 2020? We all just went through 2021, and it was like we kind of came out of a bunker. And some of us, we came out running like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm free. And guess what? Some of us are still in the bunker. You know what? But there's been confusion, there's been exhaustion, but there's also been resiliency and rebirth. And we've all changed these past 2 years, whether we wanted to or not. And here's the thing. Some of you really got to work on yourselves. You had so much time, you were making sourdough bread, everything seemed awesome, but some of us didn't have a single second to do anything because they kept working, because they were needed, because other people weren't working. Those people are flat out exhausted right now. So I was thinking today, I wanted to try and uplift everybody and remind all of us that we need to find our sparkle in 2022. My guest today helps people find their inner light. You might remember she was on the show earlier in the year. Everybody, please welcome, I call her the Light Awakener, but she's an energy worker. Angie Larson from Intrinsic Wellbeing is here. Yay! Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so let's talk about the years, 2020, 2021. Why is it important for us to recognize how we've all changed?
Well, 2020 was really the year that we were called to go within. Like, we really got told we have to go in.
Yes, we did get told that.
And you really got to feel all of a sudden you were cut off from society in a sense. You couldn't do your status quo, your normal.
Right.
And then 2021, we were coming out of, in a sense, a cocoon.
Yeah.
And it feels really awkward, like, wait, how do I interact with this person? What am I doing over here? This doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel right anymore. And kind of stumbling a little bit, I feel. It was like kind of a cocoon butterfly trying to find their wings and figure out how to fly again.
Absolutely, right.
And then 2022, it's the call to rise. Okay, what makes your soul happy?
Yeah.
Where are we going with this? You found out that job you had in 2020, maybe you don't like it.
Right.
Maybe it's time to find something new.
Right.
And
so look at 2022 like this is our chance, everybody.
Yeah.
Things have changed. We made it through. We walked through the valley. We didn't stay in the valley. We're through the valley. But you know what? Here's what I want to say about rising in 2022. There are some people, like I said, that haven't come out of the bunker.
Yeah.
Some people stayed away from other people so much that they don't know how to reintroduce themselves back in. Is that their purpose? I mean, no, they can't live like that.
No, and sometimes I feel like we've gotten too caught in the media, and when you find yourself going into fear in a place that doesn't feel well, it's time to go within, time to turn off the TV, go outside, go for a hike, reconnect to your spirit, what feels right to you, and to turn on happy things, or like music that inspires you.
But if you put yourself in a box from connecting with other people, you're only hurting yourself.
Absolutely. And it's time for self-care. Maybe go out and get a massage where you're connecting with someone, you know, making your muscles feel good, or going out and...
We can't get somebody that hasn't been touched in 2 years to go and get a massage all of a sudden, Angie.
Well, sometimes you just got to.
You can. Sometimes you got to. So after the break, everybody, we're going to get into what Angie's talking about, self-care, self-love, but it's also about awakening your intuition to help guide you. We'll explain that when we get back. Kathy J. Ramos Law is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. He's a medical doctor and a lawyer. Ramos Law, what makes us different makes us better. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Today we're talking about transforming your inner self so that we could all have a better 2022. It's time to accomplish your dreams, everybody. Joining us today, I have Angie Larson is here. I like to call her like the spirit awakener, but she's the owner of Intrinsic Wellbeing. Angie, thank you so much for being here
Thanks,
today.
Abby.
You always drop knowledge and you're always inspirational. That's why I wanted you here on the second to last day of 2021. Let's talk about what it means to feel intuition. What is happening what's going on there?
It's really connecting with your soul, and that knowing that we all come in with a team. You're never alone. You have your guides, you have your angels, you have all that. But it's literally getting quiet within yourself so you can remember who you are and to connect to what makes you happy.
Okay, so when you say, okay, how do I keep following? Because if people out there have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Probably.
Right, probably. So when your soul is born,
Right.
You're saying there's angels and spirits and relatives that have passed on, whoever that is,
ancestors.
guiding you in particular.
Right.
So as you grow through life, listen to a voice you hear or a gut instinct you hear. Is that what's helping guide your intuition?
I feel like it's going within and listening to your gut in a sense. It's
Okay.
like listening to, what's that spark that makes you feel joyful and following that.
Okay.
We get so stuck in life because we're taught we have to work hard, we have to go to work 9 to 5, and this is what it means to be successful is the dollars in my bank.
Right.
Not necessarily so.
No,
if
not at
you're
all.
not happy, what good is this?
So when you start to center yourself more and get grounded and be quiet, you start to hear more. Do I start to hear like what my hopes and dreams are? What do I start to hear?
Yeah, start to listening to your hopes and dreams. What is that spark that makes you happy? What is that spark that makes you want to get up and go in the morning? You know?
She had me starting to listen to my intuition so much that I would get out of my car and hear something say, grab that tissue or something, and sure enough, a little bit later, I'd be sneezing and needed tissue. Like, it was wild how you started. Your guides are there, and I don't know how to explain it. It's a universe thing, but it does start with meditation.
Meditation, going
Okay.
with it, even going for a walk, because sometimes it's very hard for
'cause
some of us to shut our brain off.
Absolutely, right.
So I do mine by walking, getting out in nature, finding what it is to you. Is it a yoga practice? Is it even just going for a jog on your Peloton? What is it that makes that centerness come to you?
Okay,
It could be
because a
listening
lot
to a great
of guys right now are like, no, it could be listening to a song.
a great
There you
song
go,
that all of a
guys.
sudden just, like, oh yeah, I feel it.
It gets your intuition, okay? And then, so you also said you believe in dream boarding, which is no different than vision boards.
Right. Like, well, I always think like creating a stepping stone, like what would make you really happy in this world?
Right.
What would make your life so great? And we feel sometimes we block ourselves from that. And it's like, no, write it all down because that's your soul talking to you. What would
Yes.
make you happy? But then you have to literally take the step forward
Right.
to do it.
Exactly.
But putting it on a board where you can see it every day and be like, oh yeah, I do want that. I'm remembering. And now I'm going to take a step forward towards that. Like if I want to be really good at playing the piano, I'm going to go take a piano class. Imagine that.
Right. A lot of people just think it's all of a sudden going to come to them. They dream about it, but they don't realize you got to do the
Right.
steps to get there.
Exactly.
All right, so everybody, when we come back, we're going to give you the secret ingredient to becoming everything that you were created to be. One little ingredient. We'll be right back. Oakwood Homes is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. Oakwood Homes, building happiness. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Today we are talking all right with Angie Larson about not holding back on your dreams because it's time to light it up, just like her shoes. Let the sparkle of glow, everybody. So Angie, let's talk about the secret ingredient to succeed in life. You were just kind of hinting on it, but it is what?
Self-worth.
Worthiness, everybody.
Yeah.
You can't get anywhere if you don't believe you need to be there.
Right.
Right.
We block ourselves because we think, oh yeah, I dream that, but I'm not worthy of that. Why could I have that? I'm not as great as that person over there. She's better than me.
I'll tell you what, everybody, when I met Angie 13 years ago, I was like, I want my own show. I'm going to have my own show. And she was the first person to go, sure, that sounds great. And I was like, you're not going to say that I don't deserve it, or, like,
Yeah.
and I started telling you, I felt like I was designed to be somebody on a
Right.
bigger platform that could help more people.
Right.
And you started saying yes when you hear those words designed, when you hear that's what you were created to
Right.
be. Yeah, so explain that.
Our soul comes in with a purpose, and it's reconnecting with that purpose. Like, what are we here for? And it's just getting that quiet moment where we're like, oh yeah, that's it. That would really make me happy.
Right.
Remembering the magic in life. We lose the sense of magic in this world.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and
well, because it's what you said. We all immediately have blocks, whether it's family members that block us,
Yes.
or we've had a horrible situation or health issues.
Right.
Something blocks us from trying to be who we're supposed to be.
Right. And like, I'll even use my son as an example. He's a professional snowboarder. And as a child, 2 years old, his first word, well, he spoke before that, but his first word was bored, you know, and that's all he ever wanted to do. So we made him snowboard. We never said, no, you can't do that. Okay, you want to do that? Absolutely. Let's find a way.
Right.
My daughter wanted to go to college in Canada, and I was a single mom, and she's like, oh, Mom, you can't afford it. I'm like, no, that's what you want to do. We're going to find a way.
Yeah.
You're worthy of that dream, and we will find a way to make that happen.
But also by telling your kids, by you supporting them when they want to do something like that, you're letting them learn to trust their own abilities, which is what self-worth is.
Right.
Trusting yourself.
And also working hard for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't just come because you magically come, but you have to take the steps, but you have to dream it, feel it, and know you're worthy of it. And every person is worthy.
Every person, you come into this world worthy.
Absolutely.
And then somewhere along the way, you throw it away and give it away.
We're told.
Yes, we're told.
We're told. Social media.
Okay, so how do we practice it to get it back?
Practicing to get it back is really going within and finding your own magic and finding your own sparkle. What brings you joy? What brings you happiness?
Like
And
mantras in the morning? Can I
mantras are
lie?
great.
Can I lie in the
No,
morning just
and-
because I
and
don't feel it, but I
sometimes,
need it?
You know, like, so I went through a divorce and you feel horrible. You're just down in the gutter, and every day it'd be like, I am successful, I'm happy, I am joyful.
Yeah.
And even though I didn't feel it in that moment, you create it because you start to feel, when you say your mantra, you feel it.
Right.
I am joyful.
Right.
I am successful.
It's
And then
different
it
than
starts to
waking up and
come.
saying, I can't wait to get back into this bed. This day sucks. I can't believe we're here.
Exactly.
Good luck, Kathy. There's a different way
Yes.
to fake it
Right.
through the day, and eventually it can
It
change.
becomes a reality.
That's
You
exactly-
create your
yes.
reality by your thoughts. What
You do.
reality do you want?
How do you want to get better?
Right.
Do you want to remove those blocks that have
Right.
held you back?
Right.
Self-doubt that keeps you going.
Right. And instead of berating yourself, because sometimes we do take those steps forward.
Yes, we feel so guilty
and
that
then
we just-
fall in a bag of Doritos or something.
Yeah, right.
You know, instead of going, oh my God, you're bad, you're horrible, how did you do that? It's like, oh, being the witness and going, oh, I did that because I wasn't feeling too good. So then next time when you're not feeling too good, you choose something different.
find a different
you
way to
have
live.
a step back awareness, and it's not beating yourself up.
When you say connect with she always tells me, connect with your angels, Kathy. And I'm like, okay, you know, and so I do. I start to just talk to, I don't know, my father that's passed on, and, you know, and now my stepmom that just passed away.
Right.
Like, I just start thinking about them, and I'll talk to them. We all will talk to people that have passed on.
Right.
That's what you're saying to do.
Absolutely.
We are here with people that we can't see, and and also physical people.
We literally
I
have
reached
an
out to you.
entourage.
You were my best connection. Yeah. So there's people. The universe puts what you need around you.
Absolutely. And I will always ask for a physical sign.
Really? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean?
So for example, I was just in Mexico and I kept feeling my grandfather around me, and I'm like, oh, really? Like, okay. And so I was like, all right, give me a sign. I'm like, I need a physical sign. And I asked for change in Mexico, where they kept giving me, you know, not the change I wanted,
Right.
in pesos. And this guy comes back to me, and it's solid $2 bills.
Oh, you can't get those anywhere.
No.
You can't even get those here.
No, my grandfather used to give me $2 bills.
All of our grandpas
he
did,
was
yes.
had stacks of $2 bills, and I'm like, oh, that was a sign. I'll take it.
so you just lean into your faith.
Yeah, like
Okay.
show me. Like, okay, you're talking to me. Give me something physical so
I
I,
love
know
that.
you're here.
But then here's the thing. A lot of people would say, give me something physical, and the sign comes and they didn't see it because they weren't in tune with the sign.
Well, or they're like, no, I want a better sign.
Oh, no, you don't get to do that. Be happy with whatever comes. You know how hard it was for Patrick Swayze to push that penny? But you know what? It's about being connected, okay? And so when we come back, everybody, we're going to talk about awakening the fire within you and not holding anything back and using those connections. We'll be right back for that. But first, everybody, here's this week's trivia question from the Colorado Lottery. We love them so much. Here you go. How many Great Outdoors Colorado projects did the lottery fund last year? Coming up after the break, I'll have the answer.
Kathy J.
The Colorado Lottery is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. Colorado Lottery, play on. Welcome back to the show, everybody. So before the break, I asked you how many Great Outdoors Colorado projects did the lottery fund last year? And the answer is, drum roll please, the answer is the Colorado Lottery funded 101 GoCo projects last year. That is amazing. We love the Colorado Lottery and GoCo. So thank you guys. All right, so switching gears, Angie Larson is here. She is the owner of Intrinsic Wellbeing in Golden. Beautiful spot. I love driving out there because it's like spiritual just driving out to, everybody loves going to Golden. But she's been instrumental, everybody, in helping guide me on my own personal journey. So I wanted her to come and talk to all of you about finding your own sparkle and learning to glow in the new year, everybody. So it's time to let your light shine. That's what they want us to do in 2022.
Absolutely.
Rise to the occasion.
It's time to light that fire.
Yeah, so whatever you have in you, let's do it, right?
Yeah, let's do it, and let's move the blocks out of the way so you can go forward and have the life you dream of. Like, create that sparkle. Light, what is calling in your soul that you've never done that you want to do? Like, go for it. It's time to light it up. Remember, there's magic in this world. Ask for it. Ask for help from people around you if you can't figure it out.
And know that, everybody, we started the show by talking about how the years have changed us. They have changed us. So this is the perfect time for you to roll with the changes and become who you know you're meant to be. And that's why I always would say, like, when I'd be in a situation, I'd be like, this isn't right. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. This isn't right. And I would lean into that and get out of there, you know? So follow those cues.
And that awareness.
Yes,
because a lot of times we're not even aware, like, oh, this doesn't feel good. And that's what's important, to step back and to feel those feelings. This feels good. Nope, that doesn't feel good. And honor it. Instead of staying in a situation that doesn't feel good, it's okay. Take a step back.
That's a change for 2022, whether it's a relationship or a job. If it doesn't feel good, take that step away from it.
Right.
Yes.
And maybe it's not that instant moment, but you can start making steps towards.
Don't be scared of change.
Yeah.
Fear cannot guide your life.
No.
No, not at all.
You would not be in that chair if fear guided your life.
You're right, because I can't tell you how many times I came to you and you were like, stop it. Stop saying what you're saying. You know what? You also helped me remember to lead by example with my kids.
Yes.
Because your kids, Tia and Nick, hi guys, they're amazing. But it's about letting them trust their abilities and learn that lesson.
Right, and to always follow their dreams. Those dreams are put inside of you. You came in here, in a sense, we come into this world with a sense of purpose, and we forget that along the way because of life.
Yeah, life happens.
Right, and so we're being asked to go back in. Okay, what lights my fire?
What lights my fire? That's exactly right.
Right, and am I willing to rise to this occasion? Like, hey, it's time to rise. It's time to become who I was meant to be.
Mm-hmm. And if you have children, everybody, the most important foundation for their happiness and their success is giving them a sense of self-worth.
Absolutely.
Because it helps them when they trust their abilities, it helps them with the qualities that they put out there, their judgment calls. Everything is based on self-worth.
But you have to set the example and feel worthy yourself.
Dope. That's where she gets me every time. Yeah, no, but you're right. I've noticed my girls change the more I change.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So last night as we were going to bed, I was teaching Avery how to try to meditate and pull energy through her, through her feet and up through her body into the chakras. Just because I don't want her to fall asleep with the music. I want her to learn her own coping skills. Right,
exactly.
So in the future, Angie also says, what are you doing to move towards your dream?
Right.
Explain that.
Well, it's just, I always will use like the vision board as an example. It's like cutting out pictures and even words. Like, I want to be joyful.
Yeah.
I want to feel more peaceful.
Right.
I want
be
more
healthy.
prosperity in my life.
Right.
And then allowing yourself to sit with it, feel it, and know, how do I take a step towards that? That could just be taking a class. It could be reading a book.
Right.
It could be even showing up on this TV show with you. Where I'm like, I'm not getting on no show with you. Are you
I'm like,
crazy?
yes, you are. You're so good at helping people find their light. You're coming on the show.
Right. But it's doing things you feel uncomfortable about, but it's part of your step forward.
Yeah.
Do it.
If you're comfortable, you're probably not in the right spot.
Right.
Being uncomfortable means you're definitely moving forward.
And don't let fear hold you back. Take a step into the fear. You'll be okay. What's
Right.
the worst that can happen?
So everybody out there that's scared to get back out into people because you've been COVID protected,
Right.
you can't live like that.
No, it's time to go back. You're being asked to shine. You're asked to step up, set your soul on fire. What makes you happy? What is that spark? Let's connect. Let's shine. There's a magic in this world. Remember and reconnect with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody's going to find you in your basement or in your house.
No.
And find yourself and then show it to the world, everybody. You can find Angie at intrinsicwellbeing.com, intrinsic-wellbeing.com. Thank you so much for being here,
Thank
Angie.
you. Thanks for having me.
Everybody, next year, we're so looking forward to hanging out with you here on the Kathy J Show. We're going to let all of our lights shine together, and we're going to blow up Denver. It's going to be so
Right.
bright.
Woo.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Goodbye, 2021. Thank you, Angie.